Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey! Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. This week we've been asking the what-ifs of love. Some of them were playful, some of them were tender, and some of them asked the questions that we carry when the heart wants to open, but fear is standing nearby with its arms crossed. What if love surprises you? What if it hurts? What if you're not ready? What if it changes everything? Today, as we close the week, I want to ask the question underneath all those other questions. What if love is the point? Not the decoration, guys, not the extra thing that we add after the practical parts of life are handled either, but the point, the center. The reason so many other things matter in the first place. I know, that can sound too simple, maybe even too sentimental. We live in a world that often teaches us to measure life by achievement, money, influence, security, or control. Those things can matter. We need to live. We need to work. We need shelter, purpose, and some way to make our way through the day. But there is a strange emptiness that can remain even when a person has checked all the right boxes. A life can look successful from the outside and still feel lonely within it. That tells me something. It tells me that we were not made only to accomplish, but we were made to connect. We were made to care and be cared for. We were made to let another life matter enough that our own life becomes larger because of it. And yes, guys, that is a risky course that we choose. Love makes us vulnerable. It asks us to stop living as if nothing can touch us. It brings other people's joy close enough to brighten us, and their sorrow close enough to ache. No wonder we hesitate. A guarded heart can feel safe for a while. It has fewer surprises, fewer interruptions, fewer chances to be disappointed. But after a while, the quiet can become too quiet. The walls that kept pain away can also keep out laughter, warmth, tenderness, and the little miracles that only enter through an open door. Love is not safe in the way that fear wants safety. Love is alive, and living things, well, they move. They grow in unexpected directions, they ask for attention, they bring beauty, but they also make claims on us. They remind us that a meaningful life is not always the same as an untouched one. That may be why love is worth choosing again, really. Not because it guarantees an easy road, but because it gives the road meaning. Think about the moments that stay with us. Most of them are not about possessions or titles. They're about people. A voice we loved, a hand held at the right time, a conversation that helped us keep going, someone laughing in a way that made the whole room brighter. These are the pieces that become sacred. Love gives weight to the ordinary. A house becomes home because who is there? A memory becomes treasure because the heart knows what it held. Even grief, painful as it is, tells us that something real passed through our lives and changed us. And I wouldn't give that up, would you? It matters. It means love has already done what nothing else could do. It made another life part of ours. When we understand that, well, the question changes, doesn't it? We stop asking only, how do I avoid being hurt? We begin asking, what kind of life do I want to have? A small life can be carefully protected. A full life asks more from us. It asks us to laugh with people while they're here. It asks us to say what matters before the chance has passed. It asks us to risk tenderness in a world that does not always know what to do with it. That doesn't mean that we become careless. Love needs wisdom. It needs honesty. It needs boundaries when something has become harmful. You don't stop loving, though. Choosing love does not mean staying where the soul is being worn down. It doesn't mean excusing cruelty because we're afraid to let go, but it survives it. Real love does not ask us to vanish. It asks us to become more fully human. And sometimes that means staying. And sometimes that means leaving with as much grace as we can find. Sometimes it means telling the truth with a trembling voice because silence has started costing too much. Love is not always soft in the way that people imagine. It can be brave. It can be clear. It can stand in front of harm and say, no more. But even then, love is trying to protect life, not diminish it. That, guys, that is the difference. Fear wants control. Love wants wholeness. And maybe that is the point. Love keeps calling us back to wholeness. When the world makes us cynical, love reminds us that tenderness is still possible. When grief convinces us everything has been taken, love says something remains. When shame tells us we are too unfinished to be welcomed, love opens a place for the real person to breathe. Again and again, love brings us back toward life. I don't think it's accidental either. I think it may be the deepest thread running through everything. The reason kindness matters, the reason mercy matters, the reason a single gentle moment can stay with us for years. We are changed by love because we were made to be changed by it. This week's what ifs all lead right back to here. Love may surprise us because life still has doors that we've not opened. Love may hurt because anything precious can be lost or mishandled. Love may find us before we feel ready because grace does not wait for perfection. Love may change everything because anything truly alive leaves a mark. And after all of that, maybe the answer is still yes. Yes, love is worth it. Yes, tenderness still matters. Yes, the risk is real, but so is the gift. And yes, the heart may ache, but a heart that is loved has not failed. It has participated in something sacred. That's where I want to leave us at the end of this week. Not with a perfect explanation. Love does not need us to solve it. Maybe it only asks us to become available to it. Available in the next conversation. Available in the way we speak to the person beside us. Available in the small moment when kindness could pass through us if we don't close too quickly. That is how love becomes more than an idea. It becomes a way of moving through the world, a way of seeing, a way of remembering that every person we meet is carrying a life as real and complicated as our own. What if love is the point? Then every gentle choice matters more than we knew. Every act of mercy becomes part of the answer. Every time we choose connection over contempt, we're not doing something small. We are touching the very center of things. Thank you, guys. Thank you for spending this week with me on Infinite Threads. May we keep enough wonder to be surprised by love. May we keep enough courage to risk it wisely. And may we remember that if love truly is the point, then no sincere act of love is ever wasted. And I sincerely love each and every one of you very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Have a great weekend.